download, he says. Did my mom say how long she'd be gone? I ask. Maybe now would be a good time to tie up the phone line. She said she's picking up Martin and they're driving into Pittsburgh to look at sinks. I never bonded with my last stepdad, but at least Eric didn't rip apart the home. Instead, he talked my mom into raising parakeets, so my junior high years were filled with chirping birds. Martin, however, convinced my mom to start a major renovation, filling the house with sawdust and paint fumes. They recently finished the kitchen and the carpets, and now they're tackling the downstairs bathroom. If you want, I say, mainly to fill the silence, you can come over and try AOL sometime. Josh pushes his hair away from his eyes. Tyson says it's awesome. He says it'll change your life. Right, but he also thinks every episode of Friends is life-changing. Josh smiles and then turns to leave. His head barely clears the wind chimes that Martin hung from the front porch. I can't believe Josh is nearly 6 feet tall now. Sometimes from a distance, I barely recognize him. I slide in the CD-ROM and listen to it spin inside the computer. I click through the introductory screens and then hit enter to begin the download. The blue status bar on the screen says the download is going to take 97 minutes. I glance longingly out the window at the perfect May afternoon. After a blustery winter, followed by months of chilly spring rain, summer is finally arriving. I have a track meet tomorrow, but I haven't been running in 3 days. I know it's stupid to worry about bumping into Graham. Wagner Park is huge. It stretches along the edge of downtown all the way to the newer subdivision of homes. Graham could be playing frisbee anywhere, but if he sees me, he'll hitch his arm around my shoulder and steer me somewhere to make out. At prom last weekend, he was all over me on the dance floor. I even missed doing the Macarena with Kellen and Ruby and my other friends. I consider interrupting the download to call Graham's house and see if he's home. If he answers, I'll hang up. Then again, Kellen told me about a new service where some phones display the number that's calling. No, I'll be grown up about it. I can't hide in my room forever. If I spot Graham in the park, I'll just wave and shout that I have to keep running. I change into shorts and a jog bra and twist my curly hair into a scrunchie. I strap my Discman around my arm with Velcro and walk out to my front lawn where I stop to stretch. Josh's garage door opens. A moment later, he rolls out on his skateboard. When he sees me, he stops on his driveway. Did you start the download? Yeah, but it's taking forever. Where are you headed? Skate rats, he says. I need new wheels. Have fun, I say as he pushes toward the street. There was a time when Josh and I would have hung out longer in the driveway, but that's been a while. I jog over to the sidewalk and take a left. When I get to the end of my block, I cut across and meet the paved trail leading into the park. I push play on the Discman. Kellen made this running mix for me, starting with Alanis Morissette, then Pearl Jam, and finally Dave Matthews. I run the 3-mile loop hard and fast, relieved not to see any frisbee games. As I'm nearing my street again, the opening guitar of Crash Into Me comes on. Lost for you, I mouth the words. I'm so lost for you. The lyrics always make me think of Cody Granger. He's on the track team with me. He's a senior and an incredible sprinter, ranked in the top 20 in the state. Last spring, on the ride home from a meet, he sat next to me and told me all about the college scouts who had been calling him. Later, when I couldn't hold back a yawn, he let me rest against his shoulder. I closed my eyes and pretended to fall asleep, but I kept thinking, even though I don't believe in true love, I could reconsider that for Cody. Kellen says I'm delusional about him, but she's one to talk. When she got together with Tyson last summer, you'd think the girl invented love. She's got a genius IQ and writes intense editorials for the school paper, but all she could talk about was Tyson this and Tyson that. When he broke up with her after winter break, she crashed so hard she missed 2 weeks of school. While I may pine for Cody, I still have to live my life. For the past 2 months, I've been going out with Graham Wild.